everyone, and welcome to Xfinity Awesome Gig powered by Pandora. I'm Simon from SiriusXM Hits 1, and I'll be your host tonight for this wonderful evening with the one and only Charlie Puth. We'll be headlining the main event tonight. What do you say we bring him in? Come on in, Charlie.
Coming.
How are you?
Elbow bump.
Oh, little elbow action.
Elbow action. Hello.
It's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you too.
It's so cool that we get to catch up at one of the most iconic venues in Los Angeles. I mean, we're at the Troubadour. Some of the greats have performed here. I mean, Elton John was introduced here in 1970. Look at all these autographs around us. Do you feel the energy? Do you feel the vibe in here?
There's Elton.
There's Elton.
Right there. It's crazy. We wrote a song together. Look, there's Miles Davis.
Elton John. You and Elton John are hanging out?
It's...
Can you tell us about this song? When is it gonna be out?
It's basically like, can you feel the love tonight plus Attention, or my song Boy.
Stop
like
it.
A really good one.
Like really good.
The song is about 3 minutes and 3 seconds. He played the entirety of it on my Rhodes, my piano. Just from, feeling, he was just like, what about this? And I wrote the lyrics, which is kind of unusual. I usually come up with the melody and build the track, and I had to take the chords. I didn't even play the piano. He played the piano. So it was done all in reverse, but what a genius he is. Wow.
What a genius he is, and what a genius you are, and collectively together, that's amazing. Take that in. Like, look at you. You're at the Troubadour, you're playing the Troubadour.
And this was my first show in
yeah, exactly.
in Los Angeles.
And that's, when I think of you, Charlie, I think you are one of the best writers and producers of this generation. I want to know, is there an artist that has helped lead the way for you to find your sound? Who were the people that really inspired you, who you were listening to? What did you listen to growing up?
Well, I got an interesting mix. I got the folk stuff from my mom, so James Taylor and his song Shower the People. The way he said sacrifice, I would say like everybody in like We Don't Talk Anymore or something like that. I would split the word up, and he inspired me. He was like the first person I ever heard do that. And then on the other side of things, I got my dad's likings, which was R&B, and he kind of liked the folk stuff too. So I got that wonderful mixture, that cocktail. And then I found out about like Crisscross and rap that came out in 1989 and 91, like MC Lyte, Poor Georgie. I'll never forget the first time I heard like that record. And then I studied jazz and heard all the jazzisms and a record that Babyface and L.A. Reid would produce, and there were so many similarities.
Now, with mentorship in mind, what advice would you give to any new musicians out there?
The advice that I would give to any new musician out there is to not pretend to be like anybody else. Don't mimic something that's working on Pandora. Don't listen to the radio and try and make that song. Make something that's super unique to you. It sounds cliche, but it's true, because that's how things started working for me. And the moment I started making music like jazz pop music, which is something I'd love to hear, everybody saw that and interacted with it.
Is it wild that now you're one of those musicians that people look up to and admire and want to be?
It'll never feel normal to me, because I still don't feel like a very special person. I just hope that I can make special music to fill in the blank for most people.
Okay, we have so much to talk about, but you need to perform for us.
Yes.
Charlie's gonna perform How Long for us right now.
Hi, guys. All right, we can do it. We're good. Let's do the thing.
Hey everybody, it's Simon. I'm here with the amazing Charlie Puth. Let's give it up for him. That was incredible.
Thanks.
What inspired you to write that song?
I heard a song by Ace, and I thought to myself, there hasn't been a song like that in a long time. And I was kind of just like making the beat in my head. I knew it was gonna be in D flat minor. I have to physically beatbox it to get the drums in. Making the drums in a production is my favorite part. Ironically enough, I'm a piano player, but drums are my favorite thing to make.
So you could be driving and all of a sudden you'll come up with like either a melody or a drum pattern.
Yeah.
You hear the chords in your head and you just...
I hear the whole thing in my head. Like when I made Attention, I didn't have the verse right away, but I knew what the chorus was going to be, and I knew it was going to be in an E flat minor, because like a particular key can like change the dynamics of a song, like the meaning of the song, because you want the listener, when they listen to the song, to know what the song is about without any lyrics. So you put it in the instrumentation, and then when you add lyrics, it becomes a hit, because it's so obvious at that point. So if you heard Attention, just the instrumental, that song's not going to be about, you know, a picnic.
No, it's not.
It's about something kind of controversial. So you add the lyric Attention onto it, and then it becomes like a whole thing. But I have it in my head.
Now, I want to talk about a little bit what you've been up to. 2020's been
strange.
A strange, heavy, weird year. What have you been most grateful for during quarantine? And what's one thing you will never take for granted ever again?
Live concerts. There's been so many times where I've missed out on brand new upcoming artists playing at wonderful venues like this, somewhere downtown, that I was just like too tired to go to because of like a long day. I'm making a pledge. I'm absolutely making an effort to always go to those from now on.
And what about something you've been most grateful for during this time?
I'm grateful for, I'm a one-man band, and that's really helped me a lot during this time, because as amazing as it is to collaborate with other musicians, I'm super thankful that I spent all those years figuring out how to do it myself, because it's kind of what you have to do right now.
Have you just been in the studio honing in on you and your craft?
Yeah, listening to, I have more time on my hands, so like listening to, usually right now I'd be on promo tour or something, or tour. So taking the time to listen to music that I wouldn't normally listen to, because you never know where you're going to draw inspiration from. Yeah.
So like looking forward, because 2021 is going to be the year. I know we said 2020 wasn't that great.
This is the remix. We're definitely looking forward to 2021.
Yeah, what can we expect from you and your music?
You can expect a new song from me this year, actually. Mm-hmm. The first single for the album, the next album, the third album.
The third album.
Nervous, no. But, and then more music next year.
Do you get nervous creating that next album because you had such a success with album 1, album 2, and then it's like, they're all expecting me to give the goods? Are you really hard on yourself?
I'm just very happy that I'm in a place that I've always wanted to be musically, where people recognize all the hard work that I put into my music.
Do you have any sort of date or title of the album?
You're fishing for it. No, I'm gonna leave that in the brain vault right now. It's still early, but you'll get something from me this year, kind of setting up the new sonic palette.
We can't wait.
No, I can't wait.
So proud of you, Charlie.
And now here we are at the famous Troubadour.
Famous Troubadour. And you've had how many platinum albums? And
I don't know. I'm happy that people listen to it.
They listen to you and they love you and they're inspired by you. And now Charlie's gonna perform Attention and See You Again for us. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Simon. I'm sitting down with Charlie Puth at the iconic Troubadour. That was amazing.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's show day. Do you wake up and have a certain ritual you do, or do you have a daily routine that you do? Anything that pays homage to some of the people that have inspired you?
Well, I have a vocal coach that I FaceTime with, and simultaneously I go on the treadmill and just like walk, nothing intense, just like a little, it's fun. You like walk for an hour and then do the vocal warm-ups and your voice is just more open. I do that when I'm just recording in the studio too.
When you got in the studio and said, you know what, I want to be an artist. I want to really do this. Did you put the blinders on, stay in that studio and crank out to find that sound? How long did that process last you?
Well, everybody kind of considers me like an overnight success because I just kind of came out of nowhere. I even felt it like I just showed up on everyone's radio station one day. But it was actually to my disadvantage a little bit because we had the biggest record since Lose Yourself by Eminem, and it was like the biggest thing and the biggest movie, and it was like this huge event. And I became known as the piano pop singer guy who it looks very uncomfortable on stage because didn't plan on being an artist. I wrote that song for Sam Smith to sing, and I wanted Adele to do
I didn't
a
know
version.
that.
Yeah, I think 10 different people did versions of "See You Again," and you'll probably hear like a handful of them, but like.
Could you name a few of them for us?
It wouldn't be fair, but Sam was definitely that was my number one choice.
So when was that moment for you that you were like, you know what? I'm not just going to be a songwriter. I'm going to be a full-on performer.
When "See You Again" went number one, and I looked out in the crowd of where I was performing. I think I was in China, and I saw people mouthing along the words, and they didn't even speak English. I knew that I wanted to have that feeling like replicated again with a purely mine song.
Wow, that must have felt unbelievable. Music is universal. It connects all of us.
Yes, it does.
Wow. Okay, if you could go on tour with any one of your heroes, who would it be and why?
You know, I don't know. He's a friend of mine, but I look up to him a lot. Being Ed Sheeran, I think he's just like so fantastic how he can just 50,000 people and make it feel like it's this huge production, but it's just him with the guitar and some cameras.
It's so intimate when you see Ed.
Yeah.
Do you think that we could maybe get a collaboration, the two of you, someday?
If he wants to.
You're like, call me up, Ed.
That'd be super cool.
I would definitely be into that.
It'd be an honor.
All right, next up, Charlie's gonna perform his hit song, We Don't Talk Anymore.
Oh my gosh. Let's do this one. I like this one. One of these days, I'll write a song in a lower key.
That about wraps up this Xfinity awesome gig. Thank you everyone who joined, and especially thank you to you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Stay safe.